Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's edition of the Just Us Review. We'll take our favorite shows, whether they be in the genre of sci-fi, horror, live action. We don't care. Our whole thing is content, and if we like it, we love it. If we hate it, goddamn it, you're gonna hear about it. And today, we're gonna keep that ball moving. That's right. Black Lightning went on a hiatus for a while. It came back with a subpar episode, and then got back to the real main storyline. That's right. We're keeping the episodes flowing in the concession, and it looks like there are only 2 more left. There's a few more episodes left.
That was an episode fucking A.
Oh God. Ooh. Okay.
So, yeah, 2 more left.
So with that being said, it looks like the rails have fallen completely off, and we're about to explain to you why. So today's episode was called.
I know this one.
The Book of Ruin, something asshole.
This was the book by.
The Book of Ruin.
No. This the same title was Things Fall Apart.
Yeah.
Okay. And with this one, you know, we're still dealing with the same shit. It's just a different toilet. So let's go across the room. First thoughts about this episode. What are you thinking, Christian?
Taking apart the fact that the Gamby thing was literally the only good thing. This did nothing, and it infuriated me at the same time.
What about you?
I was bored.
You?
Just go.
And I've given up completely. But you know, we like to give this episode a fair shot, and let's go ahead and go through the motions anyway. Let's talk about before we go through the good. Last night we saw a hero and he was black, and that's what we do, Black Lightning's black. So, let's go through the goods. What were some of the goods of this episode? I'm going to go take a nap.
So the only good that I can think of, in my opinion, was when we found out what Homegirl's power was. Tobias' assistant. Because I actually thought that was a clever power. But I still don't see how... I don't get it.
So, let me explain it. I was thinking that Tobias was thinking that Lynn is going to test the drug on herself, and basically because she's around them all the time, she's going to effectively nullify their powers.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing.
Because he said that.
No. I'm sorry. Stop. When you said that, I was gonna save this rant for later.
No. We gonna stay in good. We gonna keep our order. What were you saying?
He said that he knows that Dr. Stewart, is very thorough, and that's her downfall. And so we know that he knows that she was testing the drug on herself.
Okay.
And just so happens this episode, she's like, I'm not gonna do it this time.
Okay.
And I think that was the only part of his plan.
Yeah. So, any more goods?
Sticking with Gamby again. His whole getting the Prometheum X or whatever that was. What was it called? Chemical X?
Prometheum. Oh yeah, they are making a Powerpuff Girl, so yeah, it might be Chemical X.
Yeah, so that he can put it in their suits. I like the way he did that. Gamby been playing 4D chess since episode 1 of the show.
Do we think that she knows?
She's not stupid.
See, that's the thing, because every scene where he's doing shit like that, where he's sneaking around and shit, they try to fake you out like she gonna be right behind him, like, what he doing? And then but nothing ever happens, and I'm like,
I don't think she's stupid either, and I think
can't be this stigmatized.
Well, I believe she's setting it up for the okie doke.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, technically, she hasn't lost anything with Gamby being around. Everything's still coming out of production. He actually caught the mistake on the guns. So
that he made.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like everything is going according to schedule. So just as long as he don't get too far out of pocket, she don't have to check him. And she probably gets some good D on the side. So it's like a win-win for them.
That's what I was going to say. That it's probably just... I just wanted to see how long this was going around. Plus, you were slinging it, so I wasn't going to refuse.
Any more goods?
No. No, there aren't.
And with that note, let's go ahead and jump into the bags. Christian, take it away.
So I was gonna save this rant for later on down the line, but let's do it now. It was something you said about how Tobias planted that girl there so that Lynn could extract. No, and that's the problem.
No, it is. It is what happened. He was like, I got this patient I want you to work with. She got such and such. He knew that she was going to test her blood, find the metagene, and then
I don't believe.
And because she knew that she doesn't trust him, she's gonna experiment with the metagene. I think he was just expecting her to put it in herself.
I don't believe it. The reason I don't believe it is when you keep making him do all of these 40 chess moves and shit like that, you pile on and it makes it impossible for me to take this shit seriously.
So here's my thing, and my only knock against that is, if that's what you think, Tobias, then why the fuck do you keep doing shit like, oh, I'm gonna make it so that they catch me, so that Jefferson can catch me and Lynn having dinner together, because I know they relationship is on the rise.
Because he's playing these things called reindeer games. Reindeer games is when grown-ups play kids games. But I have a bigger.
But the reason why I say that is because if your plan was, I need her around them all the time.
He's not going to be around when he's slapping you up. Jefferson is slapping you up.
No, not even that. It's just that, like, you are pushing them further apart, and your plan to depower them needs for them to be together.
He knows that they're working together behind the scenes. He's not that stupid.
Because that's why he said, I need you to do this. Because that's why he did the proposal. It's like, I just need you to work on this friend of mine.
Look, it's like we're beating around the bush.
Well, wait, there's a bigger problem here. I have one question. Is Tobias a meta?
Yes.
Okay. The serum in him is keeping him alive, right?
Why isn't he aging when that girl is around?
Thank you.
See, that because they ignore it.
Well, okay.
How is he making money? How is he the fucking trying to be the mayor now? You can't erase the fact that this motherfucker was a wanted criminal.
Okay.
He has posters and everything.
My thing is, I doubt that she can control her powers, and maybe they're gonna reframe that. But it seems like Tobias is way too comfortable around a meta who can literally turn off the stuff that's keeping you alive.
So here's the thing. I don't know if he's a meta, because just like I don't think Lala is a meta. I think there's two different classifications that they haven't made clear on Black Lightning.
Metas and people who are experimenting on.
Yeah, and Tobias is clearly one who's been experimented on.
But the gene that keeps him alive is still part of the meta.
But he keeps having to shoot up with that serum.
But her power should cut that serum off.
But see, that's why I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
I think because the gene,
just say it's a continuity issue and move on.
It's just something that's not explained very well. That's all it is.
They don't explain a lot of shit very well.
All right.
But that's the problem when you don't want to do the fucking work and you reuse. Tobias should not have been in this season.
Well, honestly, they gave up on the season because they knew it was the last one. We can all tell from the acting and the writing, this is completely worse than any other season before it. That's like, which brings me to Payless Ninja. Now, we working around this Payless Ninja. Now, the reason why we call him that is because his entire outfit costs a dime bag of weed and him rolling out of bed. So, when he gets, now we go from Tombstone to this. And all it is this mediocre dude who knows Kung Fu, I guess. But the whole point is, he's defeated so many metas. And after watching this episode, I'm wondering if he had help. Because
like a lot of help.
Like it was 20 other people, 19 of them died before we got the help.
You know what was so fucked up about this episode? If you count all the scenes he was in, because I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, he acted maybe 2 minutes, and that was when he killed that guy, because there's no way he did all the martial arts with Anissa and Grace. And there's no way he popped that mile-long wheelie on his motorcycle.
So later in the scene, Dollar Store Ninja goes up against Grace and
Blackbird.
And Blackbird. Why Blackbird is still a thing, we don't know. So they get to fight, and Blackbird forgets she ever knew how to fight, and Grace chose just there to look pretty. Mm-hmm. Grace gets folded a couple of times. Dollar General Ninja ends up breaking down Blackbird and then Grace turns into a tiger. He freaks out, gets scared, jumps on his bicycle and pedals away. So, doing a wheelie for we don't know who.
Exactly. Who was that for?
Like he literally did it for the gram. This was so horrible. From the fighting, the choreography, the editing of the fight. Like they literally gave up on everything on this show. And honestly, Grace should have just stayed home.
Next bad, New Gen had way too many scenes that didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like
that meant nothing.
They had 15 minutes of content and needed to stretch it out to a 45-minute show. That's exactly what it felt like.
Another bad. No one suited up in costume, and Blackbird doesn't count.
Blackbird is not a real hero.
Exactly. I don't understand why she won't beat Thunder. They have not explained it in the show.
And technically, Jen has been Lightning.
No, she
well,
has.
Technically, the first
she put on
first few episodes, but the New Gen.
You mean when she first popped up, put on that 6-foot trench coat?
Yeah.
Like no one will put their costumes on, and it's the weirdest shit to me. I came to Black Lightning to see Black Lightning, not Jefferson Pierce and his family.
And his gaslighting wife.
Like it's really annoying, and knowing that we have 2 episodes left and you suited up one time this entire season really pisses me off.
Another bad. I don't like Dr. Polaris.
Dr. Polaris?
The magnetism.
Oh.
That's who he is. That's who I'm calling him.
It's Dollar Tree Dr. Polaris.
Nah,
Like no reason. I just don't like him.
he's Kroger brand.
Yeah. Another bad.
He just looks like a penis. He does. He just looks like a penis.
He was trying way too hard to be menacing. And
He always tries way too hard because it's mommy issues.
That's the same character in every show.
But when it comes off as too try hard, like every time I see him, I was like,
wow, who?
He's
who
not
do
ready
you
to
know?
get on his knees and fluff Tobias, and it's like, dude.
he looked like one of those kids that got locked out inside their house. Like you want to do something for him, but then at the end, no. So. Yeah, his existence just annoys me.
Yeah.
That reminds me. So they had live footage of him using his magnetism powers against that executive. And did they record it? Did they?
Yeah,
Did they send it to the police?
So you think with that bitch police chief they got, they gonna really actually get anywhere with that?
I don't know. I haven't seen her in 3 episodes.
I mean that's a good for me because she sucked. But
this is exactly what happens. They showed them the footage of him using his power to him out of the executive, and the police chief will go, "That was lightning." If you look close enough, lightning is controlling the golf club, and the penis-looking guy is just surprised at what's going on.
So there was another meta in charge of the FBI at the beginning who was controlling the FBI.
Shut up. We don't need to worry about it.
Never addressed. Never.
Who or what was that?
We got two episodes. That's all we got. We got 2 episodes.
So say it.
And they threw 80 things at us this episode.
So say it. So and it clearly shows he was controlling these FBI agents from behind. Why didn't we get a scene where the FBI agents waking up like, what the fuck is going on? Because he was clearly controlling them.
Because we needed to see Tobias looking at his Pornhub of them flipping over pictures and stuff.
Yeah, like that really was so annoying to me. There's petty, and then there's
and then like your plans don't make any sense.
This is some old,
and like it's not even funny anymore.
This is some old Home Alone Dennis the Menace bullshit he doing. Okay, if I'm Tobias Wells, my thing is I'm sending old girl in there and I'm gonna have the magnetism dude out and kill the Pierce family. Game over. That's it. I take over freely. Nah, he do shit like steal the toilet paper, leave one sheet on the floor, or leave a sip of milk at the bottom of the container. You like he.
Or he might as well go full petty bitch and key that nigga Jefferson.
This sounds like Dr. Evil or Scott Evil.
like it don't make no sense. I look at the schemes that he have and I'm like, you a grown man. Like you do it. Like,
exactly.
You want to put a shopping center over his daddy's house?
That's right up there with like turning his dad's house into your porno collection. Like that is something that a child does. Like you have the entire city of Freeland to do with as you please, and all you doing is poking Jefferson with a stick and running away. He.
You know who else I need to throw some slander their way? And you thought I wasn't gonna remember or anything like that? The motherfucker that Jefferson gave a house to when he was homeless and doing bum fights and shit.
Oh, you mean the one who's like, oh lordy, the Mr.
albino man.
Yeah. I'm sitting up there and I'm like, Jefferson, I wouldn't blame you if you went over there and burned his new house. not even, don't even use the black lightning powers. You walk over there with a lighter, with some gas and a lighter, and just burn that shit down. Kill the rest of his shitty kids.
Speaking of shitty,
fuck him and fuck his family. That man gave you a fucking house and you just gonna turn on him like that.
Speaking of shitty kids, TC, I'm gonna need you to have some respect. So my biggest issue with TC, the 50-year-old man in the 18-year-old body, is this: Jen ain't gonna never give it up to you, man. I'm gonna need you to let this go. Because he think after she got into a brand new body and he was the first male that he saw outside of Gamby, that she was just going to give it up to him. And it was like, can I walk you to school? Can I do your homework?
This is literally Urkel and Laura.
Yeah, you falling into the same trap. And then the show foreshadowing Show Khalil, the first dude she tricked. And then it flashed back to your
Which is just antithetical. The Khalil shit pissed me off too.
And then
it was literally like in the painkiller side story, which waste of an episode. You throw all that shit at us.
By the way, we're not reviewing it.
Yeah, well, we did review it. Waste of an episode. We needed that slot for character development, but we didn't get that. But whatever. But at the end of that episode, he was like, "Hey, don't tell Jen where I'm at."
Oh, tag me back in. I need to go back to TC right quick. So TC sitting there following like a puppy dog, and because she doesn't respect him as a human being, she gets to school, and at the first sign of another dude, throws the smell of fresh pussy at the dude, while TC is watching in the corner, and she knows he's watching. It's like, yeah, you into that? Yeah, girl, I'm into that. Can I get your number? And TC gonna walk past like, you thirsty. No, you a simp. She literally made you watch as she hooked up, as she got somebody else's digit to let you know you ain't never gonna have a chance.
Here's my thing.
Why is Khalil coming back when he just established don't tell Jen?
Because we need to get this painkiller TV show off the books.
You got a whole episode to do that. They gave him an entire episode to do that.
We're gonna run it again.
And I know we not talking about it, but I'm gonna say this quick thing on it. All that episode did was show me that while we was sitting up here thinking that Jefferson and Lynn and I was about to call her Jennifer, that they were horrible family members. And this was horrible too. That's all that shit showed me in that episode. But I'm not even gonna dig on it that much.
I got a petty bad. This is just a small thing, even though I love her with everything in my being. Anissa, you can't wear clear heels as a doctor. I mean, and I'm glad that you wear them because it accentuates a lot of areas on you. But as a doctor, a medical professional, it is highly improbable that you walking around in 6-inch heels as you do your day-to-day work. The bunions on your feet will be the size of manhole covers.
Well, according to this show, she didn't even know they was doing new medical procedures. So you gotta ask, how much is she actually working?
It's literally like she showed up, hey guy, and I'm fine. Hey guy, who I told you I was a lesbian. We're gonna kick this booze. And then she go in her office and put up some slides.
By the way, when did she become a doctor?
Shut up.
Why are you asking questions? What medical school?
When did Tobias get the funds to be mayor? Like, you're asking questions that, you know.
Hey, said, how come nobody is smart enough to see what Tobias is doing? Why is it that a dude who literally...
Everybody who questions it, every two people that question it die.
No, but he was literally implicated in
The old mayor was the best character on the episode because it's like he literally was me and was like, I watched the previous season. I know you're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
So why did he walk to his death proudly?
Because he was a moron. And he got tired of his hairline being a coach.
We'll wrap this up.
One more
thing. Even though Tobias, was implemented a couple of years ago as the guy who shot the Reverend, and then that wasn't.
You mean when he publicly went to jail?
Yes, but everybody apparently
and then
gets
escaped from said jail.
But anyway, as you guys can see, this was a car wreck of an episode. As a matter of fact, I think in one cut. You saw the script on the screen, and I was like, y'all just don't give a damn anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw Chris Anderson's chair just sitting there with his name on it, and I was like, come on, man.
I mean, if they not gonna give a fuck, why should he?
I got a question. What is New Jan's real name?
I don't care.
I don't know
the actress who played there.
J. Jonas Jameson.
I don't notice it in the after credits.
They even tell you Ishmael's real name.
As a matter of fact, if y'all pay close attention, which I beg you not to, at some point it says Atlanta on some things. They clearly don't give a fuck anymore. They like, we gonna ride these two episodes.
Oh yeah, MLK Boulevard
yes.
and 9th Street.
Yes, they gave the fuck up. So we gonna ride these two episodes until the wheel falls
If
off.
you look closely, you can see in the back, or you can see a couple of Marvel movies being filmed.
If you pay close enough attention, this nigga ordering lemon pepper.
As we speak, it's Shang-Chi and Aquafina.
On that bar.
I'm gonna roll with you, dog. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode. Like and subscribe as we come to closure on this piece of shit series.
I had high hope for this.
I know, but until next time,
he had the audacity.
If it wasn't for Tobias, I would still be fucking dick in the back of the Popeye.
I was like 2 episodes. 2 episodes ago, he was fighting.
Jefferson gave you a hat.
Because 2 episodes ago, this nigga was fighting niggas in cages for meat. For meat. And now, this albino came out of nowhere and gave me money. And you don't see nothing weird about that?